know you need to share your story. You know that it has the power to impact lives. You know that God wants to use it for his kingdom and for his will. It's even keeping you up at night, thinking about all the ideas swirling around in your mind. So how do you finally move past that and stop putting it off for the perfect time or the perfect circumstances or feeling like you're finally ready? I'm Caitlin Silva, and I work with Christian mompreneurs just like you to help them get clarity on their book content, write and publish a bestseller, and use it as a business tool so they can create impact, authority, and legacy with their book. Over the last few years, I've personally written and published 11 books with 4 bestsellers, but it didn't always go smoothly or easy through the process. For my first bestseller, I was deep in struggling with that feeling of, am I adequate enough to write this? Can I really make a difference? Is my book really going to stand out? And I want to share with you a huge tip today for being able to overcome those fears that are holding you back and instead be able to get the words on the page and truly let your book become what it's meant to be for God and for you and for your business. When you are struggling through knowing that you have this amazing story to tell and yet being held back by these fears about the potential outcome that might happen, it's important to get out of your head and kind of get into a third-party perspective on what the reality is for you and the power and the impact that your story is going to have. I want you to actually do a journaling exercise where you can almost call it a letter to God or just an opportunity to get really honest with yourself about what's going on internally that's holding you back and preventing you from being able to move forward and ultimately accomplish this book that you have inside of you. What you're going to do is write down the different thoughts that are coming up around your story and around your book every single time that you're sitting down to try and put words on the page, or every time that it's keeping you up at night, or every time that you're just thinking through how you even want to go about writing this book. You're going to just let the words flow. You're going to approach it like a conversation between you and God. And you're just going to pour your heart out and share, what are those thoughts that are coming up? What are those fears? What are those frustrations? What are those struggles? And you're just going to put them all on the page. And you're going to just let it flow. And as you let it flow and as you share those things on the page, pray through them, surrender those things to the Lord. Just lift them up and say, God, I know this is so much bigger than me. I know this is something that you want to use for impact and for other people's lives. And I'm just going to surrender this to you. I know that as I work through this process of actually writing my book, that you are with me and you will provide the strength and the guidance that I need. And it's really submitting all of this to him in prayer, surrendering this book, knowing that he does have a purpose for it. And so do you. And as you go through this, allow that surrender and that prayer and that submission to him, allow him to exchange that for peace and for excitement for your book. Once you've written this letter, put it away and see what shifts for you around diving in and starting to put words on the page. If you would like to dig deeper and get clarity on your book content, I would love to offer you a complimentary bestseller assessment to dig into that idea and that story to help you craft a step-by-step roadmap on how you can get the words on the page all the way to the end and then take it to bestseller and, of course, utilize it beyond that for impacting lives. So click the link below in order to schedule a great time that works for you and to get that clarity and that roadmap for your book. And remember, your book can change a life.